Hey guys, it's Jonathan from Atomic Coffee Roasters here, and today we're going to show you how to brew an AeroPress at home. So first things first, let's go over what you're going to find in the box. All right, so first we have a stir stick, dose measuring spoon, a funnel that actually has two uses, which we'll go over later. Finally, we have the AeroPress, and here we have the plunger bit and the brew chamber. Next up, the filter holder. And finally, your paper filters. Next up, we're going to go over the tools you're going to need to brew. So first, we have our scale, obviously to weigh out our coffee and yield. Next, we have our kettle, and the water is set to 205 degrees. Next up, we have a grinder. Always want to grind fresh if you can. Some of the pros and cons to the AeroPress: it's lightweight, so easy to travel, very durable. This thing can take a pretty good beating. I will say some of the cons to this, in my experience, has been when you're setting the plunger back into the brew chamber, if it's not in about, say, maybe about an inch and a half, it has kind of lost the suction and spilled. Hot water and coffee grinds everywhere is never fun, so just be mindful when you're brewing. All right, so we're going to go right into our recipe and ratio here. We're going to be doing 11 grams of coffee to 200 grams of water. That is about a 1:18 ratio. If you are using the Baronza Encore at stock setting, we're going to grind to about 13 clicks. This is going to be what you call a medium fine grind. All right, so you place the carafe and the AeroPress right on the scale. And in terms of paper filters, I personally always use two. This will increase the clarity, and there will be obviously less sediment in your final cup. All right, so now the brew chamber and filter is right in the carafe. We're going to go ahead and tear out, add our coffee. Go ahead and level your bed. And now we are going to pour 200 grams of hot water. With this, you do not need a gooseneck kettle. You can use really anything that's just going to have your hot water. That's another pro to the AeroPress. You don't need a fancy kettle. As you're pouring, just make sure to evenly saturate all of your grinds and pour a bit on the quicker side here. All right, so we had 200 grams. We are now going to place the plunger inside, and once it's in there, we're going to pull up just a tad to create that vacuum and to stop the coffee from going from the AeroPress into the carafe. You want as much water as you can possibly have so it can extract. Now we wait 2 minutes. All right, we're coming up on about 2 minutes here. So we're going to grab our AeroPress, give it a gentle swirl, and wait another 30 seconds. Just a side note here, something I forgot to mention. If you are brewing straight into a cup and the AeroPress is a bit too big, you can actually brew right on top of this and plunge into the cup. So, cool little use. All right, we're at about 2 minutes and 30 seconds here. So we are going to carefully lift the carafe and AeroPress off the scale. Don't want to plunge on that. Next up, we're going to press, and you want your press to be about 30 seconds. Not too terribly hard and not too light either. You want it to last about 30 seconds here. Okay, we're going to stop right at the hiss. And here's our brew. Something I also forgot to mention is with the AeroPress, there are many different techniques and recipes. There's really no one set recipe or technique that's recommended. Just use this as your baseline. Depending on what coffee you have too, you might want to grind a little finer, grind a little coarser. If you need some help with that, we do have a video on grind size. And yeah, take your favorite mug, fill it up, and enjoy your brew. Cheers.